Now, the Directorate of Research, Innovation and Development at the Ghana Institute of Journalism has scheduled a web seminar to deliberate on the performance of the Ghanaian media during the December 7, 2020 general elections. Ahead of the webinar, I've been joined in the studio by the Director at the Research Directorate of GIJ, Dr. Godwin Eche-Sikanko, to brief us about the upcoming event and tell us more concerning the webinar. So thanks for your time with us on News Night. Let me first ask you, what prompted the institution to undertake this project? You could put your microphone on.
Thank you. GIJ is the preeminent center for education in media, journalism and communication. And so as a university, what we do is to engage in research and in a lot of critical analysis of issues that take place within the media space. And as you know, the elections are one of the major events that take place within our democratic enterprise. And so the elections are over. The adrenaline and all of the high stakes energy has died down. And so it's about time that we all sit down, reflect, and kind of assess. We saw the performance of the media, assess its performance to see what lessons we can learn moving forward. So really, it's just part of our job. As
it brings me to the question of the elections is done. There's a winner even after the election petition case. Bringing me to what the use of the seminar will be. How beneficial will it be for the media in the country and perhaps the citizenry at large?
Extremely important. One of the main things that a university does is to contribute to creating knowledge and also preferring solutions to the major issues of the day. And so the usefulness of this particular seminar is that it gives us an opportunity to discuss and to deliberate the various actions of the media. We all do know what the functions of the media is or are within our democracy. Provide a platform for public discourse, serve as a watchdog, to educate and enlighten the citizenry, and also to make sure that they are providing the voice for the voiceless in society. So but during elections, this stakes is even more heightened because the media shapes perceptions, and it also has to perform its duty without any bias, give access, and all of that. And so the question then becomes, to what extent did the media fulfill these particular duties or responsibilities?
So we could take the lessons going forward.
And so that is the purpose of the seminar, to answer these questions and also to make sure that we are critically examining them moving forward.
Let me ask you of any survey, do you have any data on the performance of the media to buttress the reason for the discourse?
Well, so that is the purpose of research. That is the purpose of the exercise. We have 4 speakers lined up from civil society, from the media, and from academia. And so that's the job, to engage in this kind of research through the assessment, through various methodologies, content analysis, interviews, qualitative, all forms of quantitative analysis, to critically shed the light on them. One of the speakers will be dealing with gender, how much representation was given to women and all of that. How did the media, fulfill its function as far as political coverage was concerned? So really, this is the beginning of the analysis, of the research, of the engagement to produce the right results moving forward. And the good thing is that hopefully after this particular event, we've had a call for papers. We are looking forward to putting some of the presentations into a handbook, in addition to other entries that we are having, so that moving forward, elections in Ghana will be guided by some of these lessons.
What's our appetite? Who is coming?
Okay, so from the academia side, we do have Dr. Laurentia Ejipong. She's from GIJ, very competent, expert, academic on political communication, gender and women affairs. So she'll be taking very keen insight into female representation in the media as well. So that's something to definitely look out for. We also have Mr. Tanko. He's very well known both in academia and within the media circles. But the interesting thing is that he has a very legal and a journalistic perspective to this. So he's going to be looking at all of that. And then what makes it very interesting is that it's a mix, right? So we have from civil society, Mr. Suleiman Abrahima from the Media Foundation for West,
West
Africa,
Africa.
very familiar to all of us, who've been doing brilliant work in terms of monitoring the media. And I'm sure by now they've already had their own reflections on what it is. So this is a great place to have that discussion. And then we do have one-time journalist of the year, Bernard Kokuavle, host of the City FM morning show, and we are also familiar with him as well. Brilliant journalist by any standard.
So it's a power-packed webinar, I should say.
Absolutely.
How do people participate?
All right, so there is a passcode and there is a link as well. So hopefully you'll be able to share that at some point. So all you just need to do is to log on using the information that we've provided. And
so the information is already there?
In the public domain,
okay, so
yes.
What us do that? People want to store them on their phones. So,
right.
They you know, set a reminder for that so they don't miss out on that big webinar coming with all four you know, personalities talking about the media and their involvement.
Sure.
In the elections, if it's ready.
Yeah, thank you very much. So so it's going to be on Zoom.
Okay.
The meeting ID, it's quite a mouthful, but I'll say it. 8971265544. 8971265544.
Okay.
So that's the meeting ID. Once you log on to Zoom, is the meeting ID, and the passcode that's a bit shorter. Is 668338. 668338. So that's pretty simple. The meeting ID is 8971265544, and then the passcode is 668338.
Great.
So the general public is very much welcome. And I mean, if you watched the media's performance and you were not happy about one thing or the other, calling of the elections, treatment of the polls, and all of that, this is the place you have to contribute and ask questions.
Now, there were a number of infractions against media in that election. I'm talking about the importance of the webinar going into 2024, another major election here in the country. For Metro TV, our reporter Sharakodamia Jare, we had Alberto Bisu, Ethel Popolampo, Phil John Quarte, all experienced some sort of attacks. Indeed, I witnessed some myself at a party headquarters. Going forward, how will the discourse, the webinar to be had, how will it control this? How will it bring this into play going into 2024?
Yeah, it's an extremely important issue because the media's role in consolidating democracy, not just here in Ghana but across Africa, cannot be overemphasized. It's a very important institution, and so all the safeguards need to be in place to make sure that the media do have the opportunity to perform their roles in a very efficient manner. And the guarantees of their safety is definitely an issue of concern. So that's definitely one of the thematic areas that we'll be covering, the infractions that have some of the media suffered, and what can be done to make sure that in 2024 we do not see a repetition of that. So definitely media safety and the security of the media will definitely be one of the major themes that will be tackled.
As well as the freedom of the media in elections. Doc, thanks for your time. But before you go, walk us through the Zoom password and the ID again.
Okay, I'll do that. So when you log on to Zoom, the meeting ID is 8971265544. And the passcode is 668338.
Great.
668338. So that's all we need, and we'll be logged on.
And when is it happening?
So this is happening April 9th.
Okay.
April 9th, that's next Friday at 10 a.m. We have two sessions, 10 a.m. and then 2 p.m. Okay, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. And then on April 12th, we have the one with the academics. That's at 12 noon.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Doc, thanks so much for joining us on News Night. We've been speaking with Dr. H.S. Kanku from the Ghana Institute of Journalism.